Good evening, Anjali.
A very good evening to the esteemed faculty for today and from our own coaching class faculty. So many of you knows her, Monali Thakur, Chairman Ahmedabad branch CA Harit Dariwal, coordinator for today's session CA Jainish Parik. My dear friends, I can see many known faces and a very warm welcome to this beautiful series called Opportune, and particularly opportune time to develop these skills since many of the deadlines have extended today. So, a very warm welcome. Let's begin the session with ICI motto. I request each one of you to place your right hand on your heart for ICI motto.
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you, Shehzad Bhai. Welcome back. As I mentioned, this is the perfect opportune time to develop these skills. As in this month, we don't have any deadlines, and I will request each of you to start their video so that every faculty gets connected and we all can see each other after a long time. So this has been a request in all our sessions. आप जो भी कर रहे हो, just start your video. Oh my God, lovely. Yes, so we have all our seats occupied. Yes, every one of us can occupy the seats. I can see many empty seats. Please start your video and you can get your position. Lovely. With these words, we begin the session. I would request Chairman Ahmedabad branch C. Harit Dariwal to kick start this series.
Thank you, Anjali Ben. Very respected faculty for today's session, Monali ji, the Secretary of the Ahmedabad branch, C. Anjali Choksi, all the lovely participants who have joined us today. Thank you for putting your cameras on. I was about to tell you the same thing because after a month or so, you all will also become a faculty. So imagine yourself taking a session and on the blank screen you will not like it. So started from today only, and especially that we have a very special batch. We have only 50 around participants today. So we are a very close family wherein you can discuss things, and what better than than facing each other on a live camera rather than just switching off the screen. So thank you for putting your cameras on. Yes, still people are doing it. I'm just waiting for that. Coming to today's session, I think this entire series that was planned initially, as you all know, opportune for giving a platform to the young speakers. This was something which everybody wanted to have a proper grooming session. Hence, we have developed this entire 21-hour grooming session, and today is the first day. And only today we are going to speak a lot because after that we are not going to come in between you and the speaker, because as we said in the group also, it will all be no formality sessions wherein directly the speaker will start and there will be no formal introduction, no vote of thanks. Everything will be between you and the speaker. Today being the first session, we would first like to thank all our 4 speakers, Monali ji Thakur, who has joined us today, Aneri, Priyanka, and Nikita, the other 4 speakers who are there for the entire session, for taking up this wonderful, but basically drafting the series and then taking up this opportunity of taking this first of its kind series on grooming. So before I go on to today's topic, just a few announcements. Since you all are joined us today, we have a national conference on direct taxes coming on 6th, 7th, and 8th of August. So the registrations are going on. You can do it at the earliest. We have a national conference on internal audit. Again, a first time Ahmedabad branch is organizing a NatCon on internal audit for 4 days. So 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th. the 4 days, and all these conferences are not will not clash with your opportune series, so you can definitely attend those conferences as well. And yes, we are also coming up with this mega finance and tax literacy drive. Today evening, once you are through with today's session, we are all meeting physically at branch at 6:15 around, and we'll be taking this initiative forward, wherein it's something of the dream project of our president, and we really want to contribute on that. So those who have not joined the group, you can let me know. We can join. We have created a separate group for this financial tax and literacy drive, so you can join that group and contribute in that as well. With this, I think I would once again thank all the faculties. All the vote of thanks combined today I'm giving to all of you, because entire 21 hours you're going to take for all the sessions, to all the members. But I just want to tell everybody that this is again a very golden opportunity for us. There were a few members who were asking about the recording sessions, and I was discussing with the faculty. There was no point of sharing recording sessions, because these things you are taught live. You are sharing your problems live. You are learning live. Imagine yourself being at branch. You have no option but to attend the session. It's like that, and hence I think let us learn a lot of things, and I'm sure with the kind of training modules that they have developed, the faculty have developed, you all will be having a very enriching session. And please do give us your feedback. This is the first of its batch, and I'm sure with your feedback, with your encouragement, we are going to have more such batches in future. So thanks to all of you for participation, and thanks to faculties once again for their active role in this designing this entire course. Thank you once again. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Harit sir. Thank you. And so shall I begin right away?
Absolutely. Now we are
Okay.
not coming in any formalities. Yes, you're
Yeah,
absolutely, the
please.
stage is yours.
Please start,
I
and we
think the
wish.
stage is all mine now.
Yeah, the stage is all yours, and we wish all the participants very happy learning, and would be glad to see you soon. Being them faculties at Ahmedabad branch. So please, ma'am, you can continue.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Anjali ma'am. Okay, so once again, a very good evening. And why I'm saying once again is because I remember meeting you all in the introduction session, and where we all of us, I mean, we were there, all four of us, we were there. I believe Nikita will be joining in after a while for some time, just to join for a while to see how is it going. And as and when the sessions will happen, depending on the topics that we are taking, we will come one by one. So today I am the opening batsman, I would say, of the series, and I will be opening the match. So it's too much of a pressure, but then I'm loving it because it's something which I love to do. So without any further ado, we will right away begin so that we do justice to the time that you all are giving to me today. And I will be taking body language today to start with, and thereafter topics will continue as per we have planned. So body language also, I will be only covering a part of it, and tomorrow again Nikita will be conducting body language from her side, which will be a different topic. So it won't be overlapping at all for you all. Right? Few norms before we begin. I think let us be interactive as much as possible. I have tried to keep the slides very less so that we use this screen more so often to like talk and ask and clarify a lot of doubts that we have. But yeah, so ask a lot of questions. I think that will make it very interactive, because till the time we do not speak, it's a public speaking thing, right? I mean, you all are going to be orators soon on the bigger platforms than this. I mean, even in the center or even otherwise, you all will get a lot of opportunities to speak in public in front of people. So what are those things you should remember? It is just about practice. It comes with practice, and we have to start somewhere. So I think today is the day, and we will begin. Okay, so I'm starting to share my screen, and I will keep switching it off and on. So keep your cameras on, because I would probably keep switching off. So I'll come to know. Anyway, so let's begin. And yeah, so welcome you all again. So today I'm going to take body language, like I told you. Now, first thing I would like to start with is some interaction related to you telling me something about the challenges with respect to body language in public speaking that you all face, right? So only with respect to public speaking and body language in it, not the script or not the tone or voice or anything like that, just the body language. what are the challenges that you'll face? If you all can use the chat box and probably start typing in maybe one word or a sentence or anything that you feel comfortable. So you all can just start typing in the chat box just to let me know what is your challenge when it comes to, you know, standing in front of people and speaking. Hands position, okay. Thank you, Neha. Excessive use of hand movements, okay. Okay, Ria, thanks. Yes. So mostly, I mean, okay, eye contact, eye confidence, very good. Losing focus of audience in subject, okay. You sweat a lot in public, okay. Tend to keep on touching my hair, okay. In between. Great. Fear of grammatical mistake, eye confidence, getting the correct word, lack of confidence on pace. Good. Now, why am I saying great or good after even seeing your challenges is not because that I'm feeling good about that the problems that you have. It's about that you're open to share it with me and tell me about it. Okay, so it's not that I'm saying happily that good that you have this challenge. I am happy because you're sharing this with me. Okay, so these are okay. There are more answers coming in there. Over speeding. Dimple says what others would think makes me less confident. Okay, building new words instead of repeated words. Okay, so all these aspects are definitely going to be covered in the entire series as such, but only related to body language. A lot of points I can already see here. Stage pacing, okay, thank you. That's great. That's great. I loved the interaction. The session has started well for sure. So well begun is half done for me, you know. Anyway, so let's begin. And these are the issues that we are definitely going to take into consideration and help you all out with facing them and fighting them out, right? So today we are going to only look at importance of body language in public speaking, right? A little bit of eye contact, how eye contact works, and how you should be actually standing on a stage and maintaining your eye contact. What are the challenges that we face, and accordingly, what do we do about it? Gestures, a lot of you all have written a lot of things related to the hand movements, and not only, so your gestures don't only come with your hands, but a lot of, you know, shoulders and all that as well. So we will look at it because there are certain props sometimes that we handle, that is maybe a slide changer if we are showing a presentation, or at times it is the podium which is in front of us between the public and us, so it becomes like a barrier at times. Now there are different kinds of podium also, so we will talk about that. Facial expressions, again, it's something that we usually do it unknowingly. Okay, so most of our expressions, even in daily life, if you see when we talk, we're not aware of what our face expressions look like. Okay, so we will look into these three aspects today, and towards the end, ideally, we'll take the Q&A so that the flow is smooth. And in case if you have any questions, I would request you all to park a few questions for the end so that the session first gets over and then we take the questions. So importance of body language, if you all try to all think about that one person or maybe more than a person who comes to your mind when you think about great orators. Can anyone name it to me? I'll not ask you all to use the chat box, but if you all can just say it out. Any great orators you can think of. They may be famous, they may not be famous. You can probably name them if you have seen them and attended any session or anything like that.
Rajiv Talreja.
Okay, Rajiv Talreja. Yes, I do follow him on Facebook.
Yes.
Great, great.
Sandeep Maheshwari.
Oh, yes,
Sandeep Maheshwari.
yes. Sandeep Maheshwari, absolutely, absolutely. And come on.
Shah Rukh Khan, I have seen some
Yes.
TEDx speak and
yes,
other
yes,
interviews of
absolutely.
him.
Yeah, he's also a great, you know, speaker on stage. I mean, overall, his body language is very attractive, right?
Yes.
What else?
Narendra Modi ji.
Narendra Modi ji, yes, being a prime minister, I mean, you have seen the way things have changed in the country, especially with the, the aura that he has with the youth, with any age, if you see. So that is because of him speaking in public and, using all his great postures and gestures. Absolutely. What else? Who else? Who else?
CF
Come
Anil
on.
Shah.
Pardon me?
CF Anil Shah.
CF Anil Shah, yes, I keep looking at his videos, yeah, because he's on the group and I keep looking at his videos. So yes, I have met him personally also, and I think yes, he is also a great person when it comes to, speaking in front of people. Right. Okay, so I'm sure all of us are thinking, but we're probably not getting it immediately in our minds. But when we see TED Talks or when we see somebody presenting on the stage, when we are attending live any kind of an event, we do observe, what is so special about that person. So when it comes to public speaking, it is not only the script which matters, right? It is of course one of the important things, but it is not only the script, because when you stand in front of so many people, a huge audience, as in even a 20 people audience or a 200 people audience, when they are looking at you in that span of time, for a longer time, it can be 10 minutes to say 2 hours or 10 hours or 8 hours in so many days, whatever. What are they doing? They're not only listening to what you're saying, they're not only registering to what you are explaining, but they're also observing your body language, right? And you can't ignore that fact, or you can't say, okay, don't look at my body language, just listen to me. It's not going to happen. You can't filter things for them, right? They are going to observe, because it's human nature. We also, when we look at somebody, we definitely look at the overall clustering of the whole experience. We don't just look at one thing. We don't just look at how the person is dressed. We don't just look at how the person is using the right words. We definitely listen to the tone, we listen to the words, we see the body language, we see the movement, all that, right? So body language is an important factor, not only in public speaking, even in general life, right? So let us see what happens when it comes to using a podium, okay, and not using a podium. So for example, if there is a podium, can we all just mute ourselves? I will tell you all to unmute when I have to ask a question. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So what happens is, whenever there's a podium, a lot of people feel it as a barrier. They feel that it is something which is coming between you and the audience, right? So first thing first is, whenever you have any topic to be given along with the podium, and if you're very clear that there is going to be a podium, then you have to adjust your body language accordingly. A lot of people stand next to a podium also. They kind of take support of the podium, keep like one elbow on it, and they stand like that. But that all, throughout would look a little awkward. But even if you stand behind the podium, make sure you don't rest your hands on the podium all the time. A lot of people rest their elbows on the podium also, right? Or they fold something like a file or something in their hand and they rest it on the podium. Now this shows that you are actually nervous and you're trying to take some support, some kind of a support for yourself to hold, right? Because anybody or everybody who goes on the stage is always nervous, at least for the first few seconds. Some people just get the flow immediately once it begins. Some people take time, right? But when you see that you're holding something, or you're taking support, or you're constantly fidgeting with the podium, the mic and all that, so make sure that you do not do that. You can keep a little distance between yourself and the podium. You need not touch it. Idly don't touch it. Once in a while it is okay, but don't constantly stand holding the podium, right? Another thing is, before the speech begins, ensure that you check the mic. There are n number of wires at time to take care of. If you're placing a laptop on the podium, you ensure that all the things are in place and then begin. Because what happens is, you're already nervous. You're just about to start something and then something goes wrong. That is because you'll have probably not checked it. Okay, so make sure all these things are taken care of. So the moment you stand there and then you start, you're comfortable at the back of the mind that, okay, nothing is going to go wrong with the technicalities at least, right? So ensure that all those wires and all are not around your feet, and stand in a position where you know that you're not going to get entangled in those wires and all that, right? Now, these are some points which we don't really think of, but they are important. Okay, adjust your mic beforehand. Most of the mics, when they give you for the podiums, are all adjustable. So make sure you don't have to put your neck right up there or like go really down. If you're tall enough, you don't have to droop down to the mic just because the mic is at a smaller height. I'm sure the mic is always adjustable, but that is in your hands. And what happens is, if you look at some experienced speakers, you must have actually noticed when they come, they just do some kind of an adjustment with the mic. And while they're doing that also, they kind of do some kind of an activity. They will talk to you. They'll do the first hello introduction or some kind of an exchange of smile or something, okay, or use their sense of humor or something like that, so that everyone is not like just watching at you, okay, what exactly are you doing? So you should use that time equally good when you're doing things like this, okay, if the audience is already in place and you have to begin, right? So make sure that if you use hand gestures, let them be seen. Little bit hand gestures are okay. See, at certain topics, we do use hand gestures. I will be telling you all when to use hand gestures, for what to use hand gestures. So for that, if there is a podium, make sure your hand gestures are seen. So you have to do it a little upper body. So don't go down there because nobody will see it. Got it? Sometimes the podiums are like transparent as well. So then you don't have to worry. Sometimes the podium is just like a stand, like a stick and just a pad on top. Then it is all the more good because it's an open podium, right? So if there's a podium, you need to take care of all these things. If there is no podium and they make you stand in the center of the stage totally, that's where you should be actually very comfortable, because now you don't have anything to fidget around with. Nothing is actually bothering you. It is just, the collar mic and you, so you're good to go, right? So normally nowadays they give collar mics. If not a collar mic, if you have to hold a mic in your hand, make sure you adjust it properly, the wire and all that. If it's a cordless, all the more good. Okay, so all these things come before the public speaking happens. Get things in place, see your space around, and then begin, right? Another thing is, if you have to show a presentation by any chance, if there's a presentation to be seen along with your speech, so obviously people are not going to only look at you, they also would look at the slides that you're showing at the same time, right? So make sure you have a slide changer. Now, a slide changer always helps you to not fidget around with your laptop. Your presentation is open, you just have to go click and it's done. It's very easy to use a slide changer. I'm sure you all would be doing that once you start professionally giving lectures and sessions, right? So get used to holding a slide changer. Now, when you're holding a slide changer, also make sure you don't fidget with it, okay? A lot of people fidget with the slide changer also. So any marker in your hand or slide changer in your hand, at times there is a presentation screen. Also, there is like a whiteboard with a marker and all that, depending on the topic that you're trying to convey. So make sure you don't fidget. So a lot of people hold a marker. If there's a marker, they kind of keep doing this while they're talking. Okay. So do not do that. Just keep the marker on the stand or on the table, wherever. And once you use it, open the cap, do it, and then close it and keep it. It will actually help you. It will make you relax. Because the moment something is in your hand, you will keep fidgeting with it. Do not read continuously from any presentation that you're showing. See, the idea behind giving a presentation is not to read out, because even people can do that. Even people can just read out anything that is written and self-learn. What is your job over there is to take them through a presentation. So maybe there can be some keywords, and the actual presentation happens about what you speak. Okay, unless and until there are some typical facts or figures, which obviously you don't have to remember, that you can definitely show, but something that has to be spoken, let it not be read out. Okay, and interact with the audience. So what happens is, usually it becomes a problem when you're continuously showing the presentation and there is no interaction. So that times it becomes a little monotonous, right? So keep that in mind. So that was about podium and the presentation and standing on the stage. Okay. So now let us start looking at the actual aspects. That's the eye contact, the gestures, and the facial expressions. Any questions so far we can take? Any questions so far? And I hope no one is feeling sleepy. Make sure you have a cup of tea or coffee next to you. Okay, great. So in case if you have any question also, you can park it for the time being. Great. So now let's start with the eye contact. The most important thing when it comes to any kind of communication, and especially when it comes to public speaking, I think it's the most important thing. I remember seeing one of the videos of Steve Jobs. I don't remember which was this, but he was actually not looking at the audience in that speech, where he was actually looking down all throughout the time. So there are many such great people who were equally scared of public speaking. Okay, so it's not only us, there are a number of people who are scared of doing it, but I think if we start slowly, it will happen, right? So first thing first is your confidence is seen depending on the eye contact that you have. If you constantly keep looking at one object or one thing or one person, it is a sign that you are definitely incompetent, or you're scared, or you're nervous. It can be anything, right? So make sure that you never look here and there. Also, don't look up and down also. Yes, so glance through the audience. The idea is not to look only at your script, not to look only at one point, okay, but just have a glance through the audience. By glance, I mean to say, you can, generally we say there are four corners of the place that we are addressing to in the audience. So start from the left or the right, whatever, and go to the end, and then come to the other end and this side. So likewise, you keep having a glance instead of just focusing on the first few members in the front rows and not looking at all behind. Okay, don't do that. Or sometimes people have that one person whom they know or trust or whatever, they keep looking at that person only and then keep talking. So have a glance. Okay, and this will, again, like I said, will come with practice. So when we do mocks, I don't know if if it is possible, we will definitely have mocks in a physical session. If not, even on a virtual session, it makes a difference, because when you're talking virtually also, your eye contact, are you looking at the screen, are you looking up, or you're fidgeting somewhere, that also matters. Yeah, so you can even practice in your normal sessions when you're attending online. Just make sure that you're having a good eye contact. And eye contact means you're not like blinking all the time, or a lot of people, when they pause for a while, they kind of close their eyes, or they just hold their eyes very tight, when they're nervous. Doesn't it happen like that, right? So with eyes, unknowingly also we do a lot of things. So winking sometimes, that's also an eye gesture, right? So make sure that you control this, and this will happen a little bit consciously when you start working on it. So for that, you have to do a number of practice sessions wherein let people give you feedback, see how it comes, and then learn from it. I think then it will work, right? So don't look upwards and downwards. Basically, make sure you never look at the ceiling. Once in a while, it's okay when you're thinking. You give a breather also to the audience. You can't constantly look into the audience only, right? A lot of people move around the stage as well, right? If you have seen that they move around the stage, but even while they move around the stage, once in a while they look down, they look up. Now, depending on the topic that they are taking, if they're taking a very factual or a very technical topic, it will be very difficult to look here and there. But in general, so for example, if you've asked a question in the audience, somebody is answering, then you have to ensure that you're looking at that person when that person is answering, right? But in general, when you are speaking to everyone, make sure that you look at everybody. Okay. Now coming to gestures. Any questions? Please park it for the time being. We will take it towards the end for sure, related to your eyes. Okay. Now coming to your gestures. Again, the most challenging part is actually this one, because we are so used to using our hands every time we speak. A lot of people fidget a lot with their hands. Okay, even if there is no object, there may not be a slide changer, there may not be a marker, they'll find something to fidget. Okay, so make sure that your gestures never look like this, right? So do not Overuse hand gestures. Somebody in the challenges said overusing of hand gestures. Now that happens because of some habit which you have developed since childhood. Okay, it just keeps on going like that. So make sure that when you're standing on the stage and presenting something, you don't really have to use a lot of hand gestures. So how would you lock your hands? I will tell you that when you go to the next slide. That time we'll see what exactly to be is to be done when not to overuse your hand gestures. Okay, do not fidget with objects. So like I said, anything that is around you, or even that your blazer, okay, or your pocket or your handkerchief or anything that you're carrying. So a lot of people fidget with even their collars at times. They just do that, okay, or with the tie or with the watch. Yes, are you trying to relate to what I'm saying? Yes. uh, don't they fidget with this? Sometimes if they're wearing something in the neck, they would keep doing that when they're listening or talking, right? Or with their earrings, right? So if not, so for men usually it happens with the tie is what I've noticed, and with the watch, or with the sleeve of the blazer or the shirt also, right? Sometimes even with the glasses, if people wear glasses, they even keep fidgeting with the glasses a lot of times, either like this or like that. Okay, constantly. I mean, I have seen that. Okay, so make sure that you know how your glasses fit you well. So they should be in a proper posture so that you don't have to keep doing this all the time. Okay, because this is also a sign of a little bit nervousness when you're taking a break and trying to do something else. Okay, so do not fidget with objects and with your own self, right? Don't put your hands in the pocket. Now, this is, again, there are two things to it. One is it's a sign of dominance, okay, or it's a sign of confidence also. At times, some people just know how to stand very confidently. Even if they put their hands in the pockets, they still manage to look very confident and they still manage to look absolutely normal, right? So not every time somebody puts their hand in the pocket, it means nervousness. It can even mean dominating. It can even mean overconfidence sometimes, but some people just may look really good. But what happens is it depends on what you're wearing also. So for example, if you're wearing a blazer, you really don't have a pocket on the sides usually to put your hands in there. Okay, a lot of men, again, I see when they wear a blazer, they would probably just slide the blazer on the side and hold somewhere near their waist or their belt when they stand. Okay, so that also happens. Or if they're not wearing a blazer, then with a pant shirt, they try to put their hands in the pocket. Okay, so avoid doing that. In fact, they say that you should not even put your hands behind, because hands behind is also a sign of kind of nervousness. Because see, when your hands go behind, suppose these hands are behind, the grip is actually, you try to grip the other hand and you keep doing something like this with your hand, so that is increasing your nervousness. Okay, so automatically when your hands go behind, you know that nobody is watching you, so keep doing that. So if you don't do it, it's better. It will help you not to be nervous. Okay, so like I told you, in the next slide I'll exactly tell you what to do with your hands. Do not cross your arms. Right now, when you cross your arms like that, this becomes a very defensive position. Okay, so when you're talking with your hands folded, it is a very, very defensive position. Also, it shows that it's a closed body language. Closed. Okay, you're not letting anybody come in your space, or you're not open about it. Okay, so just relax. You don't have to even fold your arms. Do not point towards a particular person. So a lot of people, when they stand on the stage, they tend to use this first. Okay, the forefinger, they tend to do this a lot. Okay, so make sure that you never use your forefinger to do that. Okay, just use, I will tell you like open hand gestures, how to use them, but don't point at one particular person unless and until you're saying specific about that person. Still, you don't point at that person with one finger. Okay, that you have to ensure. And have an open palm gesture. So open palm gesture is basically when you have just your normal hands like this and not like that. So for example, if I have to point towards the audience and say, okay, those last 3 rows, if I have my hand like that, and if I say those last 3 rows, instead if I say this, those last 3 rows, okay, this is much more an approachable gesture when it is an open palm, rather keeping a closed palm. Okay, so that you have to ensure. So what is to be done? What gestures to be used? So like I said, open hands, rubbing palms to show enthusiasm and curiosity. So once in a while, you can do this also. So what is going on? So any questions there, something like that. So when you use these phrases in between, in case, then you can probably rub your palms. This is a good gesture. There's nothing this doesn't look nervous, or nobody's going to say, oh, this person doesn't remember anything. Okay, this is a sign of definitely that, oof, you're enthusiastic or you're curious to know what's happening. Okay, steeple position. Now steeple is this. Can you all see this? Okay, now the way I have kept my hands is a steeple position, right? So when you don't have to keep it as above, okay, but when you're standing, for example, let me try to stand and show you. I don't know whether I'm visible or not enough, but let me show you. If you are standing like this, okay, this is a steeple position. This is a very good position to stand, because automatically you will not do too many gestures with your hands. You will kind of control your hand gestures like that. This gets locked. See, your fingers are actually locked. Automatically, when you stand like this, you will not put your hands behind, you will not put them in your pockets. Okay, you're getting me? See how comfortable I am because of this. Okay, they are locked. They will not move. And the lower the steeple like this, the better it is. So when you're in a listening mode usually, so for example, if there's a question coming, yes, I'm sorry, I got disconnected because of the electricity issue, but I'm back. Okay, are you all able to see me? Yes? Okay, great. So I was talking about steeple. So keep your hands like this, like I said, in steeple. And even when speaking, you can just kind of do this also. Okay? On the side, up and down like that. But make sure it doesn't come like too much, but just somewhere around your waist, use it. Okay, so this is very, very good a position to stand, especially when you're not having any mic in your hand. Right? See, this is very comfortable. If you're having a mic, it's all the more good, because then you don't have to worry with the other hand also. You don't have to worry. You don't have to keep on fidgeting anything else with your other hand as well. Okay. So that was the steeple position. I'll just again share my presentation. Yeah. You can also use your hands to show numbers. So many a times when you're speaking, you're giving like 3 pointers or 5 pointers. You can say, okay, number 1, number 2, number 3, 4, 5. See, I'm actually using my hands to show that point. Okay. So sometimes when you're saying certain things related to some 3 or 4 points, you can actually use your hands to show that. Right? Instead of doing nothing with your hands and just doing this, or like somebody said, over too many of gestures, instead of that, use it for something. So 1, 2, 3 can be like that, or say 1, 2, 3 can be like that, different ways. Okay, point towards people with hands, like I said some time back, so I'm not going to repeat the point. Highlighting steps or levels. So see, I am again using the hand. So level 1, level 2, level 3, or this is the first step. Let's go to the second step. Let's go to the third step likewise. So suppose if you're showing in your presentation some kind of a pyramid. So you start with the base, you can say, okay, level 1, level 2, level 3. I'm using my hands, but this is not bothering the audience because it is something related to the topic that I'm talking, right? And showing size of something. So for example, if I have to show it was this big that, I saw, or can you all be a little quiet, right? Now, what I'm doing, I'm using my hands to show that, how much silence I want in the class. So pin drop silence, something like that, okay? So you can actually show the size of something. And air quotes, a lot of people, use this when they say like that, 2 fingers. So when you're using a quote, or if you have to just, do this, this is also a good way of using your hands. right? So these few, you can even try something new that you feel you're comfortable with, but then make sure that it is not seen too much. Okay, it should be just apt to the topic that you're taking also, right? Nobody's going to tie your hands, obviously. Your hands are going to open, right? So you have to ensure that they're open in the right way. Okay, so far so good. Yeah, I hope there's some value addition happening. Yes. How would I know? Okay, let me check the chat box. I think yes, I hope no one is feeling sleepy. This time of the day, you know, it's very challenging. I know that. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Fantastic. So next is your facial expressions, right? Now, when it comes to facial expressions, and I told you some time back, something that we generally don't know how our face looks. Try to, you know, actually record. This is a great practice to do in public speaking, is to, you know, do these small little 1-minute introduction videos or something just for yourself, not to put it on Instagram or Facebook, just for yourself to see what kind of expressions happen on your face while you're speaking. Okay, if not recordings, ask the people in your house that generally also when you talk, what kind of common expressions are seen on your face, right? Because even when you go on the stage, that sometime it's not going to be different. It is definitely going to take over your usual style of speaking. Okay, so make sure that you exactly know what expressions you use. So a lot of people know that they use a lot of eyebrow raising at times, right? Or a lot of people know what they do with their face most of the time. They keep rubbing their nose, or a lot of people have this habit, you know, rubbing their nose, or kind of doing this most of the time, or doing this most of the time, right? Or biting their lips like that when they're thinking, or anything like that. Okay, so what happens is try to keep a consistent smile on your face. Now, this is the most important thing, because if you've seen, again, a lot of people, when they go on the stage, they suddenly freeze, you know, they don't know what to do and how to do and what to say, and they just want to finish it. They just say it and just get over with it, but they forget to smile in that entire time of the speech that they did. Okay, so smile, I think, is the most important thing, and it doesn't take any effort. Okay, how will it come? Just be comfortable. Just know that you're there for a reason. Okay, there is nothing to worry. Nobody is going to kill you. Okay, they say that, you know, according to the survey, they say public speaking is the most common fear that people have, right? But still, it is some adventure which is not going to kill you. Trust me. There are so many other adventures which we try to do, and there is a you know, fear that something will happen and I will die. But in this case, you're not. So don't worry. Just smile. It is okay, right? Do not bite your tongue. So suppose in your speech, if you're not able to remember a particular word, a lot of people tend to bite their tongue like that, right? Now, this is again a sign of a little childishness. Okay, when we were small children, I think that was still okay. As young kids, when we do this, it's nice, it's childlike. Yeah, it is as per your age. But now when you're grown ups, and if you try to forget something and bite your tongue, it is a sign of being childish. Okay, so make sure that you don't do that, right? Do not smirk. So again, like I said, try to smile. So smirking is generally वो एक गाल में ऐसे करते हैं ना, suppose कुछ भूल गए ऐसा, right? Lot of people do that. Naturally भी करते हैं काफी लोग. So उसको थोड़ा control करो. Make sure that you don't use this kind of, you know, so if you're smiling, smile. Smile has to reach your eyes. That's the most important thing. Don't just smile for the sake of it also. So similarly, don't smirk. So a lot of people, ऐसा वाला है ना, तो वो तो बिल्कुल नहीं करना है, right? If somebody also says something from the audience, maybe you're not agreeing to it also, ऐसे वाला भी नहीं करना है. So that smirk need not happen at all, right? Do not touch or scratch your face constantly. Okay, again, scratching happens. This is very normal, trust me. हम लोग को नहीं पता लगता है. Normally भी हम लोग बात करते करते कितने बार इधर 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 कुछ ना कुछ करते, इधर बालों में, again, right? So make sure you don't scratch anything anywhere, especially your face. Okay, ears, Yeah, so don't do that. Do not wink or rub your eyes. So like I said, kabhi हमने थोड़ा सा humor भी use कर लिया, but make sure that you don't wink at the audience. Okay, you don't have to do that on the platform that you're standing, maybe a formal platform. And if you're like used to doing that, it would be very difficult. Trust me, it gives a very wrong message at times. Okay, so do not wink, okay, or rub your eyes. Do not put your finger in your mouth, nose, or ears. So even if you forget something, okay, not at all. Nose and ears, obviously not. Okay, and do not yawn. So you have to ensure when you have a speech to be given, a presentation to be given, an important day in your life, or for that matter, if you're doing this on an everyday basis also, you need to ensure that you have a good timing of sleep. Okay, if you sleep well, I think everything in the day follows very prominently and very nicely and smoothly. So do not yawn. They say there is a trick to not yawn. Okay, let me share that with you. What you can do is you can touch your tongue on the upper part of your mouth inside. Okay, if you do that, you will not yawn. It will stop you from yawning. So sometimes it happens कि हम तो lecture दे रहे हैं, हमारी तो नींद इतनी नहीं आती है, but जैसे ही कोई और बोलने लग जाता है. So for example, in the audience, somebody starts saying something, वो जितना break हमको मिलता है 1 or 2 minutes में हो सकता है हमको yawn आए, right? तो उसके लिए हमको क्या करना चाहिए? Maybe you can sip some tea or coffee in case if you have it on the side, or you can just try to touch your tongue inside that part of your mouth inside, okay, the ceiling of your mouth inside, okay, that will actually help you. So that was just a small tip or trick that I shared, which will help you not to yawn. Okay, so these are some facial expressions which you can definitely control as much as possible, and this will come with practice, trust me. Now we have been doing this since a long time now, so this is all doable for us, and it just happens very naturally, correct? But when I also started in the beginning, I was also doing all these kind of mistakes, and I learned from it. So it is absolutely doable. Okay, so yeah, so make sure that you overcome your fear of your stage, and you should be able to speak and deliver. Okay, so I think this is what I had prepared for today, and I wanted more time for questions, because I remember last time when the introduction session was there were a lot of questions which had happened, and we were not able to really catch up on those questions because we wanted it to do it today. Okay, so any questions with regards to what we discussed today, based on the eye contact, gestures, and facial expressions? Let us spend some time. Aram se, koi problem nahi hai. You all can really ask questions, because we have like 50 odd participants, and I don't want anyone to go without being answered. And I think your questions will help everyone. Or you can even share some incident or anything that you feel ki gadbad ho gaya tha aur abhi kya karna chahiye tha. Something like that. Yes, please. Elaborate on the speed of stage pacing. As in, you mean to say when you walk around? Is that your question? Okay, just a second. I'm just seeing the chat box. Okay, so see, try not to move very, very fast. Definitely. So what happens is you kind of distract the audience. The audience also is constantly looking like you, looking at you like this, right? So that doesn't mean obviously that you have to keep standing in one place. Even if you have to, make sure that if there is a little movement also, it shouldn't be distracting kind of a movement. So if you're moving, it is okay. A lot of TED Talks and all you must be seeing where people stand without any support. There's this focus light on them where they have to stand on the round, red carpet, whatever. They can't really move. But if you are planning to move on a stage, make sure you don't, the movement is not very fast. The pace should be normal, not slow, also not too slow also, because that becomes boring. But you can still manage to do it, right? Have I answered your question, Shripal? Okay, good forums or clubs for public speaking. I think Toastmasters is the most famous one, and a lot of people are benefiting from it. So they have different Toastmasters city-wise, area-wise. So I think in Ahmedabad there are many of them like that, and you all can actually be a part. In fact, nowadays a lot of online public speaking forums are also there, like this, the clubs, the public speaking clubs. So that you can definitely use. Ramesh has a question, how to stand firm. I mean, I can't stand stable. My legs keep vibrating. How could I overcome this? Okay, so it's all in the mind. It's actually all in the mind. Okay, the day you decide that you're not going to shiver or your legs are not going to shiver, it's not going to happen. Trust me. Even I'm sure you must have appeared for so many interviews and all, right? Now interviews में भी तो होता है कि कभी कभी टेबल नहीं हो और सामने वाला बिल्कुल कॉफी टेबल के आसपास आपके साथ बैठा हो, तो people can see your legs, and a lot of people have this innate habit of constantly moving their legs in nervousness. So that is a big sign of nervousness. So I think, Ramesh, that will come with a lot of practice. You need to just stand and it will happen. Don't worry. Okay, there's no such way of not doing it. You just have, it's all in the mind. You have to decide that you're not going to get worried. It is a sign of being worried or absolutely nervous. So what you can do is probably try to move a little bit instead of just standing in one place. That will probably help. Okay. Yes, Ramesh. Shruti, you have raised your hand, and then we can take the other questions in the chat box.
So, ma'am, I want to ask that how we can control our emotions in our body language when the content or the speaking part is somewhat like sometimes offensive or sometimes like slightly tricky or emotional kind of thing. How we can control our own emotions while speaking or in our body language?
Fantastic question, Shruti. See, what happens is you're absolutely right. We tend to express our emotions like either we, just do a sigh, aise wala, or we just get over excited at times, and kisi kisi ke to aansu bhi nikal aate hain. Being emotional, sometimes you tend to listen something from the audience. Maybe a question comes like this, which probably reminds you of something or triggers you something, right? About some incident, maybe a similar incident in your life that may probably make you emotional. But trust me, are you there for that reason? You're not there for that reason. You're there to probably help out people, to answer people's questions. And if you also become very emotional, then how are you going to mentor them or teach them? You generally, on a public speaking mode, you generally a notch up, right, when you're on the stage. So they have a lot of expectations from you as a speaker that you shouldn't just break down, I would say, right? So you need to control it in a way that you have to be practical. I feel, Shruti, it is okay to be practical. You don't have to get flowed in the emotions. See, that will happen with our own children probably, or with our own family members. But to an audience whom we probably don't know, I think they are coming to you with their problem, and if you get emotional, then they will never get their answer. Trust me. Okay, you have to be stronger when it comes to this. So this happens with me a lot because I take a lot of these sessions with women, and I do a lot of welfare programs for women, okay, especially for empowerment and stuff. So I used to keep listening to a lot of stories like that, which used to make me emotional. But if I become emotional in front of them, who will they look at, right? So you need to be knowing that in your mind, that you're not there for that. You're not there to show your emotions. It's to handle their emotions. I think that will probably help. Okay, you need to understand that you are the person on the stage. You are the person whom they are believing. So if you just give up, it's going to be very difficult. Okay, so control it. It's okay. Your voice will make a difference there. See, what happens is when we get emotional, our voice also changes. Do you agree? It happens, right? At times in emotion, we tend to swallow, ऐसे बहुत करते हैं हम लोग, या हमारी आवाज चेंज हो जाती है एकदम से. Yeah, so make sure that you try to control it. You have to be stronger. So that also will come with the posture that you're standing in. If you're standing in a very authoritative posture, it also depends on what you're wearing, how you're standing. It will be a cluster. So same answer is for Ramesh also. When you think that your legs are moving because of nervousness, try to, I'm telling you, it will happen when you take the charge of standing there. If you know that you are a notch up than the audience, you have to believe that, okay? And then it will happen. So it, even if you'll fail in the first go, do it again. Don't run away. Okay, that's the idea, right? So Shruti, have I answered your question?
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, great. Thank you. Ashil, I think you have a question too.
Yeah, so I am asking, like, is it okay to do this eye roll or something like that? Like, if someone is asking question, then to prepare the answer, I keep doing like this, and then I shoot the answer. Is it okay, or like it feels like I'm not prepared and I'm not confident?
Yeah, so not at all. Not at all. Okay, so it's not a sign that you're not confident or so. See, you just now said that you need some time to think about the answer, right? So for example, if you, now when you were asking me the question, and suppose we would have been in an offline class, okay, you would have been asking me the question. Firstly, don't move the eye contact from the person who's asking you a question. Listen to the question very carefully, looking at that person. That time, no eye roll at all. After that, when you're thinking, right, you can still maintain that eye contact with that person itself. Okay, so even if you're thinking, you may probably give a smile. Okay, see, normally what happens is you start looking up. हम लोग क्यों ऊपर देखते हैं? कभी किसी ने सोचा है हम लोग हमेशा ऊपर क्यों देखते हैं? So body language में ना, there are few dimensions of body language, right? जिसमें से एक है oculesics, उसको बोलते हैं oculesics, OCULESICS. Now, oculesics is basically, Ashil, it says that when we look left or when we look right, उसके भी दो अलग मतलब होते हैं, right? One of it, it says that you're trying to recollect something. Okay, that's the right thing to do, is to recollect something from what you have read, which is okay. And if you're trying to make a story, जब बोलते हैं ना कि हम कुछ झूठ बोलते हैं या कहानी बनाते हैं, तो हम अलग तरीके से हमारे आईज रोल करते हैं और वो सामने वाले को पता लग जाता है, अगर वो भी उतना स्मार्ट हो तो, right? So it also depends on your eye movements need to be very convincing. Correct. See, if you're trying to wind a new story, your eye movements will be very different. You'll kind of think, you'll make them smaller, you'll again make them bigger. That kind of a thing will happen. But when you're answering very confidently, your eye movement will not change here and there. You'll be very keen at looking at that person and constantly talking to that person. So maintain a good eye. So rolling eyes, first of all, क्या होता है जब हम ऐसे करते हैं, तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी आर लाइक, अरे ये क्वेश्चन कहाँ से आ गया टाइप्स, वैसे वाला आ जाता है. और अगर आ भी गया, एंड इफ यू डोंट नो द आंसर आल्सो, यू कैन स्टिल से दैट आई एम सॉरी बट आई विल गेट बैक टू यू ऑन दिस. मेक श्योर आई कांटेक्ट इज नॉट गॉन, क्योंकि जब हम इधर उधर करने लगते हैं ना, तो दैट इज अ साइन ऑफ कुछ गड़बड़ है, राइट? एंड अगर गड़बड़ है तो ठीक है, सी वी आर नॉट कंप्यूटर्स, इट्स ओके नॉट टू नो एन आंसर, राइट? बट यू कैन ऑलवेज कीप द आई कांटेक्ट एज इज, okay, without moving it here and there. Ashil, right?
Okay, yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
Great. Thank you. Lovely questions. So let me just again go to the chat box and see. Ria is asked how to practice. Oh, that's going to happen in these 21 hours. Don't worry. We're going to give you enough scope of practicing it. And otherwise, you can look at TED Talks. What I used to do is, Ria, I'll give you my example. I used to love recording my own voice. So when I was doing the course in soft skills and we had to do these assessments, okay? I mean, sort of assessments, we had to write answers and all that stuff. So normal घर के काम में तो time नहीं मिलता था, तो मैं क्या करती थी, एक बार बैठ के answers record करती थी अपने voice में, okay? And then when I used to go for a walk, I used to put that and I used to try to understand how am I speaking, what is the kind of flow, because मैं तो read करके record करती थी, right? उसमें भी मुझे इतनी सारी गलतियां मिलती. तो one was that. Another thing is TED Talks. I think that's the best platform one can watch and learn from. Okay, because we have speakers, all kind of speakers over there in TED Talks, and people of all backgrounds speak in TED Talks. So I think that's something you should try. And like I said, it's all about practice. Viral has messaged me in person, if something we forgot or by mistake skipped during the presentation, then how to handle? Great question. Again, who knows that you have skipped it? Only you, right? It is nobody else. You are the curator of your own speech. Yes, you have articulated it the way you want to do it. The moment you tend to forget something, just move on to the next point. Nobody knows except you that you have skipped it. But the moment you show some expression that, oh, there's something wrong, then it will be caught. Okay. So let me give you an example about this, which had happened with me. Am I audible to everyone? Because मेरा network थोड़ा सा ये difficult लग रहा है मुझे, but you all are able to see me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I was saying that once I remember as a teacher when I had gone for an interview, and they immediately like told me in 10 minutes to give a demo. Okay, and then they said हम पहले demo देखेंगे उसके बाद हम interview लेंगे. So they gave me a topic, active and passive voice, because I was an English teacher, and they just gave me like 10 minutes to just catch up on the topic and go in a class 7th classroom and just start off. So I just took 10 minutes. I just revised whatever I knew about active and passive voice. And so for us also, it's like public speaking only, right? Giving a demo in a classroom, we don't know anybody in a new school that too. And I knew that day that that's the only option that I have for the vacancy, because I had already admitted my daughter in that school and I wanted to go to that school as a teacher. So I knew that's the only chance that I have. But what happened was I was super nervous. 10 minutes में मैं कितना अच्छे से prepare कर पाती थी. तो मैं class में गई and बच्चे बैठे हुए थे and I started conducting. So if you all know active passive में ना वो rules होते हैं. एक तरफ active के rules होते हैं, दूसरी तरफ passive के rules होते हैं. तो वो table तो मैंने draw कर लिया. मेरे पास कोई textbook कुछ नहीं था. What happened was 3 points I had written, उसमें से एक point exactly opposite हो गया. ओके, एक्टिव का मैंने पैसिव के बारे में बोल दिया, पैसिव का मैंने एक्टिव के बारे में बोल दिया. सो इमीडिएटली वन स्टूडेंट रेज द हैंड, मैम एक्चुअली आपने गलत बोला है. ओके, नाउ सी the most important thing was my presence of mind, because I knew at the back of my mind बहुत प्रेशर था कि मुझे ये जॉब कैसे भी चाहिए था. I said, yeah, I was just trying to be attentive whether you are sleeping or awake. Okay, and trust me, it worked. So the principal of the school was sitting on the last bench. So they used to come to see, you know, the demo, like कि कैसे कर रहे teacher, कैसे perform करे. She just stood up and she started walking outside. So I thought कि अभी गया, I am gone. I mean, I've lost the job, you know. But she told me just follow me, and I went to her cabin and she's like, my God. I mean, she said, I knew that you've done a mistake. I knew that you know that you have done a mistake because she's been a teacher. She knows it better, right? But she said, I just loved the way you handled it. Okay, so sometimes you have to have that presence of mind कि वो stage आपके लिए कितना important है वो आप पे depend करता है, right? आप उधर वो moment को जाने दोगे कि नहीं जाने दोगे वो आप पे depend करता है. Okay, so sometimes if anything goes wrong, I think if you're really passionate about something, it will happen. You will just manage to handle it. Trust me. Okay, so if it goes wrong, only you know it is wrong. So just try to, you know, बोलते हैं ना, मतलब हम किसी चीज को जब वीव करते तो हम वीव करते हैं और किसी को पता नहीं होता कि वो वीव कैसे किया है. ओके, सो समथिंग लाइक दैट, राइट वीरल? सो आई होप आई हैव आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन. यस, it's come as a direct message because okay. More questions. Hiral has asked, if we use some irrelevant word by mistake during the speech, then how to manage? So Hiral, irrelevant as in, can you give some example of what exactly do you mean by irrelevant? Hiral, are you there? I think she's not able to hear me probably. So irrelevant word का मतलब कोई filler ही होगा जो हमने गलती से बोल दिया. So it's okay. I think, see, nobody is perfect. Please understand this. Nobody is perfect. Even if you know that you have done a mistake, it's okay, right? But if you try to sit on it and think about it, you're not going to move ahead. Okay, so it's fine. It's fine. Online forum, Shripad. Nothing comes to my mind right away, but I think Toastmasters is also gone online. Toastmasters is also gone online. Right? Viral has again messages something we forgot or by mistake. Acha, this too I have cleared. How to face critics? Sambhav, what a question. Wow. I'll take Sambhav's question after Homesh's question because he's raised his hand. Yes, Homesh, go ahead. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. किसी को आ रही है उमेश की आवाज क्योंकि मुझे तो नहीं आ रही है. I think there's some problem with his mic. उमेश आप अपना माइक फिक्स कर लो. आई थिंक कुछ प्रॉब्लम है आपके यहाँ से. तब तक मैं ये वाला क्वेश्चन आंसर कर देती हूँ. हाउ टू फेस क्रिटिक्स. ओके, तो क्रिटिक्स का जॉब होता है फ्लॉज निकालना. उनको उसके लिए ही अपॉइंट किया होता है. सो टेक इट एज अ कंस्ट्रक्टिव क्रिटिसिज्म. ओके, it is actually good when someone tells you that this went wrong, okay, and how to do it better. So there's always a scope for improvement. Never go with that feeling ki mujhe sab pata hai, I am the boss, I am the god, and I know everything. If you go with that feeling and if you go wrong, it will be very difficult for you to handle it then. Okay, it's absolutely okay. See, you should actually take it very positively. That great that there are people over there who can tell you what went wrong. Okay, so that next time when you do it, you'll very well remember that you should not. Okay, so it's okay to have critics and just face it. So any fear actually should be faced. And like I told you sometime back, public speaking is one adventure where you don't die. So it's okay, right? Yeah, Homesh, have you checked with your mic? Is it working? We can't hear you. You can type in. I'll come to your message maybe very later because there are 19 messages going on. I'll come to you. Vishal says, when we talk in audience, when we have to glance across slowly right to left. When we talk in audience, as in, again, I did not get this question, Vishal. If you can just elaborate a little bit. Or maybe you were just adding to what I said. How to keep your adrenaline levels low during speaking. Great question again. So firstly, drink lots of water before your speech. Okay, it helps. And do not work on your speech at the last moment at all. Yes, so give yourself that break before that speech. Take deep breaths. That will not have that adrenaline. So, जो होता है ना अंदर से ऊपर नीचे वाला problem, that happens because you've just about prepared and just about presenting. Don't do that. Take a break before your speech is going to really happen. Take deep breaths. I think that helps. Drink good water or something that you probably like to drink, like tea or coffee. But make sure you don't drink something which gives you acidity issues and all that, okay? Because that also makes you very uncomfortable physically. Okay, so I think for adrenaline rush, best is deep breathing. I do that a lot. It helps. Okay, so just sit calm and quiet and don't think about anything. So not exactly meditating, but just get your thoughts together. I think that helps. Okay, instead of reading out the script, get your thoughts together. Right? So that is probably one thing you can do. Parag has asked a question. Initially, mirror practice is the best. Yeah, it's not a question, actually, a statement which is given, and it is actually very right. Mirror practice, and if not mirror practice, like I said, phone rakho aisa and record karo. That's the best because it actually captures and you can revisit it. Because mirror ke samne aapne ek baar kiya, how will you revisit it? You're getting me? Did you all miss something that I said?
No, ma'am.
No.
I'm really sorry for this internet issue today. It's raining actually over here, so that's the reason, with very bad network connectivity. Anyway, so I was just checking with the, thank God my chat messages haven't gone away. Okay, so let me just go back to where I stopped. Yeah, I was talking about mirror practicing. So mirror practicing, like I said, you can't really revisit your mirror practice, right? So ideally, it is best to do a recording and then revisit, see what went wrong, and then correct it. I think that will help. I sweat in public speaking, how to overcome this? I think that's a natural tendency, Anil, which is okay. Don't worry. This is again a sign of nervousness. So again, like I said, have lots of water, deep breathing, and just relax your mind. I think all of us have this problem of, what's going to happen, some kind of a bomb blast. So don't worry like that. It's absolutely okay. Nothing is going to go wrong. Sweating is because of nervousness. So when you sweat, you will automatically keep touching your face with your handkerchief, right? So please, I'm telling you, if it's in your mind, it's going to be seen. If it's not in your mind, it's not going to be seen. Okay, so you have to practice this before going in front of audience. Try to practice it, like I told you, like recording is the best thing you can do. Trust me, all of you can just do a little practice maybe in this week of recording, like a 2-minute, 3-minute topic that you're comfortable with, any technical topic, and see how you look at. I mean, when you look back at it, you see what kind of gestures you did were wrong, which words usually keep coming to you again and again, so you can work on it. It is absolutely okay. Hiral says, if we use some irrelevant word, yeah, I just said that, but I did not get your answer. Like, Hiral, I was asking what kind of irrelevant word. Okay, I don't think she's there. Viral says sometimes during session, people start clapping or shouting how to handle. So Viral, you are never going to get an audience who's all perfect. Okay, बहुत rarely, matlab you have to be very lucky to get an audience who's at the same level. Sometimes the age limit will be same. The level of their experience would be same. So for example, when you people are dealing with students and all, you know that they are all of the same level, right? But still in that same level also you have different types of learners, and if you try to take charge of each and every person in the audience, it's not going to happen. It's humanly not possible. Okay, so if they start clapping, I think you can do a quick energizer over there where you can tell people, okay, how many claps can you do in 1 minute, do you think? So they will all say, yeah, 60 seconds mein to kitne clap ho sakte hain? 60, 80, 100. So ask them that count, okay? And then try to do it. Stopwatch लगा के बोलो चलो clap कर दे. सब लोग clap करते हैं. And trust me, 1 minute में, आप लोग ने कभी शायद try नहीं किया होगा, 1 minute में आराम से आप 160 to 180 claps कर सकते हो. Okay? So ऐसे time पे ना, you should have these quick energizers in your mind. कि करना क्या है? ऐसा कुछ problem होता है तो. Okay? So I think somebody raised the hand. I just saw it in the video, but I'm not like Sambhav, yeah, go ahead.
Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, I think you're
Yes.
driving or something.
Yeah, actually,
Oh my
that's why
God.
the video was off. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
but are
ma'am,
you are you just on the side of the road?
no,
and
no,
you're
no.
waiting?
I have parked my car and then raised the hand, ma'am. That's
Okay,
not
then
an
it's
issue.
fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So, ma'am, actually, while speaking, okay, we generally use some other languages, or we are comfortable in some other languages. Like हिंदी में बात करते हैं, चलो ठीक है, हिंदी में बात करते हैं. और कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि सामने वाले क्या सोचेंगे अगर अपन हिंदी में बात कर रहे हैं, वो इंग्लिश में बात कर रहे हैं. Like right now you are speaking in English and I have started off my answer in Hindi. So what will be the impact that will be in the other's mind? Okay, sort of what I feel is that I'm speaking in Hindi because I'm comfortable in it. But sometimes the people think sort of other way. So it is classes, and it is a better option to ask straightforwardly to you only. So what are the people mind will be speaking when you generally speak in Hindi when someone is asking you questions in English?
Fantastic question, Sambhav. Very good that you asked me this, because I was eventually going to come to it. So what happens is, firstly, communication is not about language. Okay, it's not at all about language. Now, can you control things which are not in your control? So for example, अभी आप गाड़ी चला रहे हो, आप ट्रैफिक को कंट्रोल कर सकते हो, कम कर सकते हो ट्रैफिक को? नहीं कर सकते ना। ट्रैफिक को तो कोई नहीं कंट्रोल कर सकता, वो तो वेदर के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है,
Yes.
गाड़ियां कितनी रोड पे है उस पर डिपेंड करता है। यू
Yes.
आर नॉट अ पर्सन हु कैन कंट्रोल द ट्रैफिक।
Yes.
Similarly, you cannot control certain things in your life. That is the weather, the traffic, environment से related कुछ. And people's
Yeah.
minds, okay? People's minds is something that you cannot
Not
control.
control.
Okay? So make sure you don't run after this fact to control people's mind. कि वो मेरे बारे में क्या सोचेंगे, उन्होंने
Yeah.
मेरे बारे में. So first thing is you've already got the hint that the person who's judging you is wrong. Okay? ये तो पक्का है, क्योंकि language अलग चीज है. ओके, एंड कम्युनिकेशन अलग चीज है. कम्युनिकेशन वो होता है जो मैंने कुछ बोला और आपको समझा, इसका मतलब कम्युनिकेशन कंप्लीट हुआ है, भले ही वो हिंदी में हो, गुजराती में हो, मराठी में हो या इंग्लिश में हो. राइट, इट इज डन. राइट, बट द मोमेंट आई सी कि वो संभव ने तो इंग्लिश में नहीं पूछा ठीक से, इसका मतलब थोड़ा गड़बड़ है. नाउ दैट इज माई प्रॉब्लम, आई एम नॉट थिंकिंग इट राइट. दैट इज ऑलरेडी अ हिंट टू यू कि मैं गलत पर्सन के उसमें आ गया हूँ. आई शुड नॉट.
Yeah.
Right. So
I'm
make sure that
interacting
you
that
never.
also.
So why do we like to listen to Amitabh Bachchan in KBC? He speaks in Hindi, very
Yeah.
much in Hindi.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But why do we
Shows
still like
Hindi.
to listen to him? Is because of the poise, the words that he
The-
chooses to use,
Yeah. The confidence also. Yeah.
the confidence, the flow of the
Yeah.
language. So क्या होता है normally जब हम हिंदी में बात करते हैं तो हम थोड़े casual हो जाते हैं.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you speak in Hindi in a very proper way, for example, अगर आप हिंदी में बात करते हो, स्टेज पे बात कर रहे हो, तो अगर जैसे मैं बॉम्बे की हूँ, मुझे पता है बॉम्बे में हिंदी कैसा बात करते हैं. इट्स लाइक तेरे को मेरे को ऐसा करके बात करते हैं. So that kind of Hindi I can't use on a stage, right? You're
No.
getting me what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
If I'm
Yes.
on the stage, I will definitely try to use a better language. I'll
Yeah.
speak up. I'll speak
Okay.
very prominent formal words. So it's not about the language, firstly. Okay, even if you're speaking in Gujarati, if you're speaking a level of Gujarati which is more formal, I think people will accept it. Okay, and the person who's judging you for the language that you're speaking is definitely wrong. So that is actually a good side for you. I mean, I feel that. Okay, so
Okay.
don't ever think like that. And when it comes to English, I also tell this to people. See, you say whatever. Now, if you see, it's the most used language wherever you go. Correct. So we need to work on it. There is nothing that we cannot learn, I feel. Right. It is also a language like we picked up our mother tongue.
Yeah.
Okay, Sambhav, what is your mother tongue?
Yeah. My mother tongue is Marwadi.
Right. How did you learn Marwadi?
From my mother or father.
Right.
Yeah.
Did they give
Yeah.
you any worksheets or any exams were given to
No.
you?
No.
Still
No.
you're very fluent in Marwadi?
Yeah. Yeah. Very fluent.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So English का problem ये है कि हमने इतने एग्जाम लिखे, उस चक्कर में हमारा इंग्लिश का गड़बड़ हो गया है. अगर हम इंग्लिश भी वैसे ही सीखेंगे जैसे हमने मारवाड़ी सीखी है, कैसे सीखेंगे? सुन के सीखेंगे.
Okay.
YouTube
Yeah.
वीडियोस देखो, टेड टॉक्स
Right.
देखो, मूवीज देखो,
Right.
वेब सीरीज देखो.
Right.
Let it go into your ears. The moment it goes into your ears, you'll catch up on the language. Okay, so it is doable.
Totally.
What I'm trying to say is,
Yes.
I also
Yes.
come from a
Yeah.
Marathi background. My
Okay.
mother tongue is Marathi, but
Okay.
I also learned English like that.
Yeah. Sure, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah. Got your
Great.
point. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll take more questions. Best example is our PM. Homesh, you were trying to say that? No. You're still not audible. I'm so sorry. Can you just type a long thing? I don't know whether he's typed it down there. Sejal, ma'am, how to improve listening skills because of proper communication? We have to be good listeners. Absolutely. So what happens on the stage is we go prepared with our talk. Right, Sejal? हम तो पूरी तैयारी करके जाते हैं. We are very sure that we are going to deliver a topic and we are very much prepared. But in between, if somebody asks us something, we tend to filter it. We want to only listen to what we want to listen. है ना? तो हम पूरी बात ठीक से सुनते नहीं. So I think the best thing about communication is having good listening skills. The moment you're a good listener, so how do you listen? Again, good eye contact, a stable eye contact when you're listening to someone. Okay, a pause, very important is the pause. Hold on till the person finishes, right? And then answer. You need to just pause. I think that's the best way to do. Listening में problem यही होता है, हम जब तक सामने वाले का सेंटेंस खत्म नहीं होता है हम बोलना शुरू कर देते हैं, right? Because we think हाँ ये तो हमको पता है, ये तो normal है, and we just start taking off from there, right? It should not happen like that, ideally, and it also comes with practice. Okay.
Yeah, thank
So
you.
Dimple is saying how to be confident. Yes, Ruchi, I think you raised your hand.
Yes,
Ruchi,
ma'am. Am I
yes,
audible?
please. Yes, yes, Ruchi, go ahead.
Yes. I want to ask how we can stay confident after sometimes what happen if someone asks something to us and we don't know exact fact, okay? But at that time, how can we sustain ourselves or how can we stay confident?
Great. So that's what I said, Ruchi. It is okay not to know. It is okay not to know something. Okay, there is, I mean, very knowledgeable. It's not about being knowledgeable or not being knowledgeable. If you think that you know everything in life, you will never be a learner. So there are many times I learn from my students also. Sometimes something comes to me from their side. Even when I take these MCS sessions and all, lot of times these students say something which I had probably not known, which is okay, right? And if they ask me something which I don't know by any chance, if I don't know, I accept it. See, acceptance is more important.
Yes,
Okay,
but
the
how
moment
to
you-
increase such kind of acceptance levels? Because sometimes what happens if someone is asking us and we don't know, at that time we lose our confidence.
You don't have to. That's what I'm saying. If you feel that बहुत बड़ा problem हो गया अगर हमको answer पता नहीं है, तो ऐसा कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है. It's not a बहुत बड़ा problem. See,
Yes.
what the students also want is that acceptance. The moment you say that, oh, uff, abhi main kya karoon, and you start apologizing, oh, I'm so sorry that I don't know the answer. You don't have to do that. You just have to say that I will definitely get back to you. So the confidence will come back with the answer that you give them is, I will come back to you on it. Well, probably you can mail me the question. If you're not going to meet that audience again ever, then probably you can tell them to mail it to you and you can go one-on-one with that person, or in the break time you can connect and then speak to them. But don't see, normally क्या होता है, confidence के चक्कर में wrong answer बोलने का problem हो जाता है. Right? So make
Yes.
sure you don't do that. It is okay to accept it. The moment we accept it, even the students, they feel great about it, I think. Okay.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yeah. So in
Thanks.
that case, it will raise your confidence that it's okay. I mean, moving on is more important, not getting stuck.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah. Dimple has asked how to be confident when the audience is going on other track. You have to maneuver your talk. Okay, maneuver is जैसे हम गाड़ी चलाते तो हम चलाते ना गाड़ी को, वैसे ही public speaking में you are the driver. Okay, you have to get it back on track. So if you think that they are going off track, you can very politely speak that I think this is not the agenda of today's session, and why don't we come back to what we were discussing? I think that is okay. So again, your tone will matter. If you say, hey, please keep quiet, what the hell are you saying? Is this the topic today? Obviously, your audience is going to get switched off, right? But if you just politely say that I'm sorry, but I don't think we are going on the right track. We are going off track now, and it's going to take us, somewhere else. So let us come back to the topic. Okay. So if you are able to convince with your tone, with your language, with your words, I think that will make a difference. Okay, there is something from Viral. I've uploaded videos on YouTube for my subjects, but some people are giving negative comments. Does it mean something is wrong? Of course, you should. So again, now there is always a percentage of good and bad. Okay, you have to study that. If you think some people are just trying to, have fun, you should be able to gauge it. Okay, try to gauge the feeling from the written stuff. If it is very repetitive from different people, then maybe you can, if you know somebody, you can even ask. So try to show the same videos to somebody whom you trust. I will say that. Okay, somebody whom you trust, from someone whom you can, take constructive criticism, or from someone whose feedback really you trust. Okay, don't believe in people whom you don't know, because when you put it on YouTube, you don't know who is who and who is watching it for what purpose. So let them not judge you for anything. See, you have taken a step to make videos and put it on YouTube. It is not easy. I know it. Okay. I've still never tried because I feel, somehow going in that outside world is not easy to take that step, right? But if you've done it, pat yourself for it and work on the feedback from the right person. Same videos, you can show it to somebody whom you trust, and I think it will work. Okay. Okay, Homesh has written a long message. Now I'm going to read that. Ma'am, whenever I'm given a chance to speak at public forums, I used to prepare my speech however many times. I can't follow the sequence, what I have thought for, and I feel my speed is quite fast too. How to overcome this? Great. This is my problem too. Okay, somehow I can't rote learn. Same problem, Homesh. Absolutely. So what I do is keywords. I write keywords. So obviously today's session is something which is, this topic is very close to my heart and I've been doing it so many times. So today was not a problem. But few days back, I was invited in some, it was like a company thing on Friday talks. They used to happen and they were talking about leadership skills. So I was like a speaker there. So they had sent to me around 10 questions beforehand and they had told me that we'll be asking you somewhat these questions. They may not be in the same sequence, but these are the kind of questions which we may ask you. So what I did was I actually wrote some key points, okay, which I was wanting to use those words for sure. क्योंकि क्या होता है जब हमको कोई सडनली कोई क्वेश्चन पूछता है तो अभी जैसे मैं आपसे बात कर रही हूँ वेरी कैजुअली वी जनरली स्टार्ट टॉकिंग बट व्हेन वी प्रिपेयर आवर कीवर्ड्स वी आर वेरी clear about using those words. So for example, I remember the first question was on, what are the skills one leader should have. So I started with using words like professional competence. Okay, now this word would not come to me right away. But अगर मैंने वो keywords एक paper पे लिखा है, पूरा paragraph मत लिखो, keywords लिखो. The moment you look at just a glance will help you. You don't have to literally look at the script also. So even if the sequence goes up down, if you know the keywords, it's okay. Like I said, you are the driver of your car. Nobody knows what's the sequence, so it's fine, right? Till the time you can manage to say that it is the mix bhi nahi ho raha hai, आपका sequence audience के हिसाब से सही जा रहा है ना, then तो कोई डरने की बात नहीं है, right? So I think keywords help. They really help. Okay, speed is quite fast. You have to work for it. You have to really. So I think tomorrow Nikita will be talking about the pace and all that. So I think she'll give you a lot of tips on that. Okay. Yeah, Neerha is asked. So I hope I've answered your question, Homesh, after all the problems that you're facing with your mic. Okay, great. How can we restrict our speed of speaking? Again, Neerha, I think tomorrow when Nikita is going to do the elements of communication, she will be the best person because it will be repetitive if I tell you today, right? She'll tell you a lot of tips how to work on it. But just to give a gist of it, you can just, practice a pace which is comfortable to speak in. Okay, a lot of people speak so fast that you can't register what they have said. Some people speak so slow that it becomes very boring. Okay, so make sure that your pace is in your hands. So you need to practice. Everything comes with practice, and that's why we have kept mocks with these sessions, because if we don't make you all do it, we don't know whether it's happening or not. We'll not come to know whether our interaction with you has helped you or not. So एक होता है कि हमने question पूछा, हमने सुना, but उसके बाद में किया क्या, right? So वो ज़्यादा important है. So छोटे-छोटे topics पे we will talk, and we will probably be able to see you performing, and then we'll tell you all what went right and what could have been better. So that will help. Okay. So great. I think so many chat questions was like too good. I'm really happy. I hope you all were happy with your investment in 2 hours that you gave today. Yes, great. So yeah, so I think we are kind of done. If we have more questions, we can definitely take it. Thank you, Anil. Thank you so much. So any more questions, anyone? Okay, I can see the thank you messages. So Anjali ma'am is there by any chance? I really don't know. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I mean, even if you all have questions tomorrow, Nikita is going to be there and we'll keep coming now. So we are going to be regular people with you. Yeah, thanks, Shripad. Thank you so much. Thank you, Ruchi. And it all comes with practice. Seriously, I was never like this. It was just, I was just put into that zone and do it. So I had to do it, nothing else. Parth is asking how to stop repeating while speaking. So like I said, it again, you need to ensure that you have the art of reframing instead of repeating. So sometimes, even if we have to say the same thing, try to reframe the sentence using different words. So that will again depend on how well read you are. Are you able to reframe the same sentence and say it in a different way? So it needs a lot of study there and a lot of reading behind. And there's another question, I think, which I'm probably missing. Okay, Ashil, is it fine if we don't wear watch? Because if we wear, then we tend to keep on checking it. Oh, yes. So I'm not wearing it either. Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's okay not to wear a watch. A lot of these big auditoriums or classrooms would even have those huge watches up there, right? So you would, they have those digital watches also at times, which in TED Talks, in fact, they have the watch which is just right in front of the speaker, because in TED Talk, you're given that exact time in which you're supposed to finish, so that it's going backwards, right? So sometimes a lot of people are comfortable looking at the time. So I had this mentor of mine, I remember, when he used to take a session for 8 hours also, after say 3.5 hours, he used to say, abhi time itna hua hoga na, 11:30 baje honge na. So itna practice unhone kiya hoga, imagine, to deliver that session exactly in that time frame. To agar zyada questions hote to wo kaise cover up karna hai, all that. So it is here, everything is here. But if you personally feel you tend to fidget also at times looking at the watch or touching the watch or something, also don't wear it. It is absolutely okay, because आप लोग तो वैसे भी full sleeves पहनते हो, so उसमें इतना issue नहीं होता है अगर watch नहीं पहना तो, right? So I think that is not a problem. Great questions. I mean, you are really going to the basics and it will really help you all because of this, right? So yeah, we are done. I think we are done. If no more questions, I finished earlier. I know that it is 4 to 6, but probably then you all will get a nice break for tea for 15 minutes if you all have any other commitment. And I heard Harit saying that you have something at the center. Thank you, Parag. Thank you so much for the lovely message. Thank you. Great. So I don't know. Can you all just find out if anybody is there from the branch right now? I mean, I just need some permission. So imagine this is just the start. Okay, this was day 1, just the start. How is it going to be? Definitely, you all are going to be better speakers day by day. It is just the start. And today we were only discussing, like I told you. So all the topics will be taken in very detail: body language, appearance, handling audience, public speaking in itself, right? Creating your script, how to use those transition words in between. Everything is going to get covered. So this was like, I would say, just the start. It is just the kickstart to the entire, like I said, I was the opening batsman of the entire series, I would say. So thank you, Subrat. Thank you so much. That's okay. You could not join in time due to unplanned info. Yeah, but a lot of questions came in towards the end, which I feel you would have still got a hang of what you have missed, probably. Suresh asked, can you name some outstanding orators? Oh, for me, there are so many. But they may not be famous. But I think recently I was seeing one of the videos of Barack Obama giving some speech. It was just out of the blue, I was watching some videos for some other session of mine, and I felt that he was again, I think these leaders, political leaders especially, they have to go through a lot of training before they go on the stage and speak. So that's why some of them are really, really good. Okay. I mean, they have that poise, and they exactly know where to halt, stop, let people clap and come back. So I think that comes, so I feel whoever is very flamboyant on stage, I really love them. I really love people who, are very, very, bindast, I would say. That is what the keyword is for me. On the stage, you should be just bindast. I think that will help you. Anil says, will you please, okay, 1 second, the chat is, the name of online forum and spell it? Yeah, I will do that to you. It's called Toastmasters. What I'll do is I'll still find some more, because you are obviously going to be connected, and it's on the group, right? You have a WhatsApp group. I'll definitely post something that I know over there, and some interesting videos related to public speaking and all. If I get it, I'm surely going to be active on that WhatsApp group. Oh yes, I think, again, like I told you, his aura, his voice, Narendra Modi's voice is very, very promising. It's very convincing, I feel. I mean, especially in our country now with the youth, the skill development thing that he has come is just because of the way he started, and his convincing words, his so many speeches. I think the way he has those youth talks, when he speaks to the students, he speaks to the teachers, and all this is like life for everyone in the country. That is what helps. So yeah, I really like people who can make a difference. Great, wonderful. So can we call it a day? Shall we?
Yes, ma'am, you can. I have just talked to Anjali, ma'am. She said you can end the session.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone. And I don't have the option of ending the session. I can only leave the session because I'm also a participant. So hope that's okay, Parag. Is that okay?
Yeah, I just talked to on the WhatsApp group. I have talked to her. She said you can end the session, so you can leave. It's okay.
Okay, so should we take a group picture if you don't mind? How many? I mean, whoever is there,
yeah.
I can take a nice screenshot if you are all there. So switch on your cameras. Only 35 people now. Most of you have left because I know there's some event or something like that. But let me just try to take a nice picture. Yes. Everyone ready? Smile. Yes, I got one. One more. Thank you. I'll put it on the group. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Bye-bye. Yeah.
Have a great week ahead. Bye-bye. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye.